welcome everybody, and thank you so much for joining us today. This is an opportunity that BP has given you to exhibit at our upcoming ESD conference, and I hope that you are all excited. This is a wonderful opportunity, and the amount of exposure for your business that you will have an opportunity to engage in is immense. And I hope that by the end of the session, you will have a clear understanding of what you can do in order to prepare, as well as what you can expect over the 2 days of the event. But firstly, I wanted to say thank you to BP for this opportunity, the opportunity to empower and invest in SMMEs and give you this opportunity at this event. It is really an amazing time for your business to create contacts and business connections that you might not have had the opportunity to do so. And so thank you, BP. BP has been a sponsor or a participating partner with us for our events for the last couple of years. And it's amazing with how much passion they have and how they invest in businesses. It's amazing to work with BP. So thank you so much, Lucanio, and your team for your support in this event and in the support of supporting, well, no, that's many supportings, but in your endeavors to support all the small businesses and your suppliers. So thank you so much. And I wanted to check with you if there's any 2 cents that you wanted to give to the group of SMMEs participating before I continue with the rest of the presentation.
Yeah, perhaps I should maybe properly introduce myself because I think some of the entities might not actually know me or be aware because they work more with the other businesses. I'm just going to come on camera so that you see that you're not speaking to a ghost. I'm a human, I'm alive. So yeah, my name is Lukanya and Jabodwan, a part of the procurement team, a business-facing team in particular, supporting Europe and Africa. One of responsibilities in my portfolio is supplier diversity, as we call it in the in the world. However, in local terms, it's supplier development. So within BP Group, it's not only South Africa that has got transformation, as a word to say, or supply development. In Australia, they have a similar kind of a national policy. In the US, there's also that policy. In UK, we started to implement a program last year. Believe it or not, UK also has got supply diversity or supply development program that they are started, although it's an infant stage at this point in time. So this opportunity we're giving to entities that have shown potential and commitment in working with BP. And in some cases where we've identified perhaps that they might need the exposure, to showcase what they do, not only to us as BP, but to other potential customers, which will be displaying or will be walking through the platform at the Smart Procurement Conference in September. So we thought we'd ask the businesses that you work with to give us potential names that could benefit from this initiative, and your names were forwarded to us. And therefore, it gives us great pleasure to, to have you as participants, and hopefully you'd make available, you take this opportunity as available to your business and take full advantage of it in order to enhance your other, perhaps your business in terms of getting other customers in this respect. And therefore, we fully in support of you. On our side, we'll do what we can to make it, a good experience. And with our partners in Smart Procurement, they will surely do the same. Hence, we thought perhaps it's also important to have this prep session so that you can ask all the relevant questions that you need to ask. And perhaps Paulina will also guide you in terms of what other things that you might need to prepare for, so that for the day you are fully prepared to engage a lot of people that will be coming through the conference itself and through your stands as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lucanio. I appreciate that. And thank you so much as well. It's very true. BP takes a lot of, diligence when it comes to selecting the suppliers. So you are really part of an esteemed group of businesses that have this opportunity. So well done to you. And thank you so much to BP. So let me formally introduce myself. My name is Paulina Viermeyer. I am a ESD project manager, and ultimately I work with various different cohorts. So you are considered cohort of BP. So I work with a couple different ones, and my ultimate game or aim is to make sure that by the end of the event you feel that you have found value, that you walk away with opportunities and, in at least one way or form, a way to improve your business or to grow your business. So we focus on very many elements, and this event is the biggest one. It's the biggest platform, and this year we're going back to how it used to be since 2019. When COVID hit, everything went online, and it's the first year that we're actually able to come back in full spring. We're looking at trying to get as many as 300 exhibitors to be part of this event, and we're very close to our target. So we're very excited. It's going to be amazing. So Smart Procurement is a business that was started as an arm of a larger corporation called Commerce Edge. And Commerce Edge's main focus in the beginning was always aimed at training within the procurement space, supply chain management, etc., and was flourishing. And through the connections made and relationships built, it was determined that everybody needs a central networking point to speak to like-minded individuals and to share trade, not necessarily secrets, but things that people can help and contribute to growing the procurement industry. And therefore, the Smart Procurement World Indaba was born, and that was 18 years ago. And Smart Procurement World Indaba has been very successful for the last 18 years. And 12 years ago, the ESD conference was born. And it was a brainchild of our COO, Debbie Tagg. And she was really trying her best to be here, but the conflict of calendar did not allow it. But she, with talking to procurement professionals, realized that there's a dire need for an opportunity for procurement from different industries and sectors and businesses to engage with suppliers of different industries and sectors. And we created this event for that specific purpose. Because all the exhibitors there are all suppliers of various companies, which comes with already a level of trust that allows other companies to feel a great opportunity to engage with you and do business with you. And therefore, this platform and event was created. And the main focus is market access, of course, but ultimately we try to also have masterclasses and a conference involved in it. So I'll go into each of the elements of what you can expect, but that's just a little bit about smart procurement. This is going to be a journey that you'll be walking with me. This is not just going to be it's technically 3 days, but the physical event is 2 days long. It's not going to be that, and then you'll be done with me. I'll be bothering your emails and your WhatsApps for a little bit longer than that, but it's just because we like to make sure that you have as much of an impact as possible out of this opportunity. So I did speak briefly about this, but what I want to get into quickly is your timeline. So these are things that you'll be exposed to, that you should be, that you can mentally prepare yourself for. But firstly, we talk about a virtual supplier matchup session. So I'll go into detail about what to expect, but we have 3 sessions left for this year. And ultimately we do one a month, so there should be one in August and then October and November, because September is in person at the event, so it works a little bit differently. Then between now and November, we do what we call linkages, which is we share some links of various companies' registration portals. So on the online agreement agreement that I shared the link with for you in the email, it asks you a bit about which companies you would like to do business with. And that's sort of a gauge for us to determine what industries you're interested in. And we share with you our database of portals, and you can then go and register the companies that you would like to engage with and become a vendor of that you not already are. And if you are a vendor of any company and you would like to do business with them because you haven't had an opportunity, you let me know and I facilitate an introduction for you. Then we have our bi-weekly masterclasses. I'll share the calendar of upcoming sessions and dates with you. Then we have our annual ESDX Expo and our closing in-person event in February. So this is ultimately just a supplier matchup. It's a half-day session at Riversands, and we'll just share more information about that with you. But this is just an overview of what to expect. Some very important information for you to remember, some dates that's quite vital, is the online agreement that I shared with you. It's in the email, but I will be sending it again, so you don't have to fish through your mails for that. It needs to be submitted by tomorrow, please. It's just because there's processes that we need to get in place for the conference. So I need that information from you. Then next week, we have the exhibitor briefing session. It's a really in-depth exhibitor briefing that goes into a lot of detail about the event itself, some rules and regulations. I do touch on it a little bit here, but that goes into a lot more depth. So we do really encourage you to participate in that. It is an hour long. We do also record it and share the recording and the presentation with you. So you do also receive those resources. Then by the 30th of August, we ask that you register your stand representatives. So I'll go through that process with you as well. And then on the 9th of September, please schedule that in your calendar. That's the date that you need to go through to the venue to dress your stand. I'll give you the times of that. And then the events dates are the 10th and the 11th of September. It's 2 full days, and I'll share the program with you with the time shortly. Okay, so I wanted to give you a bit of insight about supply matchup and what it's about. So you get 2 different types. I'll quickly touch base on the online. So an online supply matchup is an opportunity where a procurement professional has a chance to either get facilitated in 2 methods. So either we conduct an interview process. We have strategic questions that we ask to give insight in how the vendor registration process works. How do you get exposure to tenders, RFQs? What databases do they make use of? How, once you become a vendor, how do you get exposure to any opportunities? And what are the pain points that those companies are experiencing when it comes to when small businesses approach them? So are there certain compliance things that are on a regular basis an issue? Those kinds of things. Now they're broken up into 30-minute segments. So the first 15 minutes of those is either the interview or they do a presentation with a PowerPoint, going through all that information. And then the second 15 minutes is a Q&A session. We tend to have a maximum of 4 speakers or buyers per session because that adds up to a total of 2 hours. And that can sometimes be quite long when it comes to taking that time out of your day. So we limit it to a maximum of 4, but each session is individual, and some can have 1 speaker, some can have 2. So it depends on each session, but we do send you an invitation ahead of time, and we give you the industry focus because we like to break it up by industry, and to have a coverage over everything. And then you have a chance to join. We do also record all these sessions, and we keep a database of it that we do share with you. And you always receive the notifications and the recordings, whether you attend the session or not. We always like to make sure all of our participants receive it. These are our upcoming dates. We had scheduled one for tomorrow, but unfortunately the scheduling has not worked or aligned with a lot of people's calendars. So we're re-looking at the dates, and as soon as we have it finalized, we will definitely share it with you. But the focus for industry is transportation, aviation, engineering, mining, and energy. It's just to create an opportunity for mixing industries, because we had a mining session early in this year, but I will share that recording with you as well. But these are the dates that you can look forward to. An in-person event is a lot more people. So you could have anywhere between, in Durban, in September, our target is between 20 to 30 different companies, from whether it be public or private sector, and across all industries. So we share the lineup of buyers that we have ahead of time, so that you can prepare yourself for which companies you want to target. And ultimately, we have a supply matchup zone in the hall, and each buying company gets a table. They bring along their own tablecloths or any marketing collateral that they have, and their buyers or procurement team is based at these tables, and you as SMME businesses are then able to go and engage face to face with each of these companies, or any companies you feel you would like to engage with and to do business with. Even if you are a vendor of them, it allows for an opportunity of a conversation. I am a vendor of yours. What opportunities do you have? Do you have any now? And how will I know if any opportunities arise? These are really great opportunities to expose your business and to be top of mind when it comes to opportunities that arise within those companies. Okay, so these are recordings of sessions that we've had last year and this year. I share this with you, and you are able to go and watch them at your leisure. I hope that you find some helpful resources within these. But if you have any questions about any of the sessions or want to have a look, we do have emails that we share out with all these recordings that have a couple of links or some information. So if there's something not in the recording that you would like, you're welcome to reach out to me and I'll be happy to share that with you. I did go into detail about the linkages earlier, but this I do in an email format. I'll do this only after the event because I believe that your main focus now will be preparing for the event. So after the event, I'll be focusing on sharing some, the links with you, and you're very welcome to let me know if there's specific companies that you're interested in doing business with. So if they are not part of our database, I'll be happy to do the research and share that information with you. Okay, bi-weekly master classes. So this is something that we open up to all SMMEs. This is something that you can invite your fellow business partners to join as well. It's a 1 hour long masterclass that happens every Thursday, and it's part of our SMME clinic. And it's part of our much broader SMME database. And these are very pertinent subject matters that are relevant to SMME businesses. And these are hosted by SMME business owners themselves. So it's people that have the experience, the expertise, and the knowledge of these specific subject matters. And they are super passionate about sharing that with SMMEs. So these are the upcoming session dates. I do share the link and information with you ahead of time, just as a reminder. But this link that I'll be sharing with you gives you access to all the history of all the sessions we've had. It's a very, very big database and history of videos. And you can share this with your team members. And if there's any specific soft skills that they may not have, please look at this database and see if there's any videos that they could find useful. It's free of charge, and we make it accessible for you from today going forward. There's no end date to this opportunity. Okay, now we're getting to the big event, the exciting moment. And this is just some dates and times that you can keep in mind, but we do share the full program with you ahead of time. So one date that I did mention earlier is the 9th of September, and between 2, it's actually supposed to say 6. I will correct that before I send it to you. Between 2 and 6 in the afternoon on the Monday, you come and you dress your stand and you get your name badge. Now, why I say 6 o'clock is because the registration company that issues the name badges is there until 6. If you are only able to come after 6 to dress your stand, you can do that because we want all stands to be dressed and ready on the Monday so that on Tuesday morning, everything is neat, put together when all the delegates and exhibitors arrive. So you can come after 6. The only thing is you won't get your name badge, but you will still get access to the venue to be able to dress your stand. I will be there. My colleagues will be there. So there's a whole host of us that will be there until 9 o'clock at the latest on Monday. So you have enough time. So please don't feel pushed. 6 o'clock, we just recommend so that you do get your name badge. But the team is there from 6 o'clock on the Tuesday morning to issue name badges. So you can be there a little bit earlier just to go through the registration process. Okay, just a note, your name badges are really important. That's the way that you'll get access to the venue. You have to keep it on you at all times. There's certain spaces within the venue that only exhibitors and SMME delegates are able to access. So you have to keep your name badge on you. And with your name badge, you get food vouchers. So you get a food voucher, and you have to have your name badge and your food voucher to get into the catering zone that's set out for the delegates and the exhibitors. So on Tuesday, our first on-floor event is supplier matchup. That's for 3 hours. We've broken it up into 3 different industry focuses. So it's 1 hour sessions between 9 and 12. And yeah, we're trying to target as many companies as possible. So we'll share that list with you a little bit closer to the event. You get a 1 hour break after that, and then we go into the Smart Supplier Conference. I'll go into a bit detail of how that works shortly. After the Smart Supply Conference, we have the APSA cocktail. It's a networking cocktail. It's not compulsory to attend, but some interesting fact is that while the ESD conference is taking place, in the beginning, I explained that smart procurement started with the Smart Procurement World in Durban, which is focused on procurement professionals and corporates. Now, what happens at this event is both conferences run simultaneously. So at the networking, the APSA cocktail network, the APSA networking cocktail, you have a chance to mingle with those professionals in a different environment, a more relaxed environment. So this is one space on the first day where both conference venues come together. So it's a really great networking opportunity, but it's not compulsory to attend. It's really your choice. After the cocktail function, then it finishes for the first day. The second day starts a little bit earlier. Now, what's exciting about the second day is this is our open day. Open day meaning visitors and outside people are allowed to come in. So you are able to share, it's a specific visitor link, registration link. You're able to share that with your friends, with family, with any business partners that you would like to come and support your stand, or have an opportunity to browse through the rest of the exhibition stands and make use of our on-floor activities. It's free of charge to attend on the visitor day. However, there's no food vouchers included. So any visitors that attend can come and experience the entire event. They would just need to purchase their own food and snacks at the risk catering zone. But ultimately, this is the day you focus the most on your exhibition stand. We have between 600 to 800 visitors that come through on these days. So in the email that I send you after the session, I will be sharing you the link for the visitor registration, and you're welcome to share that along. But we do issue out a visitor invitation that you can forward. We send it out via email, and you can forward that out to anybody that you would like, and they can come through for that day. Now, what happens on the Wednesdays? We have, again, a supply matchup session. These run for a bit longer, but it's still 3 sessions, 2 hours long for the entire day. Well, sorry, that's a bit contradicting the way that I said that, but we have it a bit scheduled out, and we do share that program with you. But what we do try to do is get the same companies that were there on Tuesday to be there on Wednesday, so that you as businesses don't feel that you need to try and be in more than one place at once. If there are businesses that can only come on the Wednesday but not the Tuesday, we will let you know, so that you can know which time schedule which time slot they'll be there, so that you can prepare ahead of time. Now, you as a business can bring 2 stand representatives. So that can be either you and someone else from your company, or if you as a business owner are not able to participate or come through, then you can have 2 other people from your company represent and man your stand. You can, if you would like, bring through additional people, but that would be an additional cost if you want them there for both days. If you only want additional team members to come through on the Wednesday, then you can use the visitor registration, and I'll share all of this information with you in the email after this. Then what we also have for our visitors or on the open day is Knowledge Hub masterclasses, and basically it's 30-minute slots that vary between masterclasses, buyer presentations, and I know Gauteng Treasury is also going to be there to give an explanation on CSD registration. So, and then 5 o'clock, the exhibition is finished, and that's when you break down your stand and depart. Okay, and everything must be cleared by midnight, just as a, health and safety regulations, just so that you know, but you don't have to stay until that time. Once your stand is cleared, you're welcome to depart. Okay, so just a little bit about the Smart Supplier Conference. This conference, we take a lot of time to and we're very picky about what subject matter we like covered at this conference, because we want it relevant to small businesses, and we want you to walk away from this event feeling like, man, okay, what's next for my business? What can I do? What can I implement? This was useful, that was helpful. Things that you can walk away feeling empowered. And we are very proud of our program. And just to give you a little bit of a hint about what's happening is we have one session that's a panel discussion. We've got 7 panelists from various, both SMME businesses as well as large corporations that are representing. And all of them talk to one subject matter called Jack of all trades and master of none. And the focus is, when should a small business diversify and when should they specialize? And what are the pros and cons of each for each business entity and their personal experience? And this is one subject that has come up a lot in our engagements over the last year, and it's very relevant. We actually had an online session in July through the city of Cape Town, and it was very exciting, the feedback that we got from that. So if you are interested in having a listen to that session, I'll be happy to share that recording with you. But it's different panelists, different moderators, so it's different people, but the focus is the same, and it's amazing. We can't wait for that. Also, one other panel session that we have is called a corporate fireside chat, and ultimately the focus is finding out from professionals from various different industries what are the pain points and the hurdles that small businesses face in their experience that hinder them from doing business with these companies. And yeah, it's just practical, and it's exciting to have representatives from their various industries. We also have a couple of master classes in between as well. But yeah, we are very excited about this, and I hope that you are too. All right, as an added benefit, you guys have an opportunity to be listed in our SMME directory. So in that online agreement that I shared with you, there's specific things, your logo and your company description is what we use for the SMME directory. We list you in a couple of different ways, but it's by industry, by host, and alphabetical. And it gives opportunity to all the corporates that are participating to have access to this database, and a chance to understand which businesses they want to target, especially those exhibiting, and then they can come around to your stand and engage with you. So when you do complete that online form, please can you make sure that it's a high resolution logo that you upload so that it's clear and visible in the directory, and that your description answers the question, which problem do I solve and for whom? So it's not so focused on what your BEE level is and how long you've been in business, which is helpful when it comes to a complete company profile. But when it comes to your description of your company, is what work do you actually do? What products do you sell? And which industries are you focused on? So just keep that in mind when you do complete that. We do audit it. We have someone in our team that goes through all the descriptions to make sure that it's focused the way that we, for the intention of the document that we put together. And I'll definitely touch base with you if there are any concerns, but I'm sure each of you business owners have a clear indication of how to complete that. All right, so I wanted to give you an idea of what your stand is going to look like. So what we call the cohort stand is a pavilion, and it will look just like this. Now, ultimately, you will all be next to each other. Your stand size is 1.5 by 2 meters, so it's 3 square meters total. You get 2 white or back panels, but I think we'll just touch base with a BP to find out about the branding of the pavilion. But Joe, you have 2 panels, and then there is no panel between the 2 stands because it makes it quite claustrophobic. So it is open, but there's a bar that sort of splits it. And then your company name goes at the top here. It goes in capital letters, and we do not add the PTY Limited at the back, just so that you are aware. And that company name that you submit on that online agreement is the company name we put on the fascia board. So please, when you do submit it, make sure that that's clear, that that's the way that you want it on the fascia board. You can add the PTY Limited for reference, but we do remove that when we submit the names for printing. Then what happens as well to make it easily identifiable is in the top here, there is a panel that will have BP's logo on it, and there are flags that come. I'm not sure what the spacing is, and they will also have BP's logo on it. So it will be branded as a BP pavilion. There are some things that you can do to customize your stand. So there are options, but one thing that we've seen as a common liking amongst other SMMEs is to add your logo to the fascia board. That does come at an additional cost. That's not something that will be covered in the sponsorship. The one thing that I mentioned that I want to confirm with BP is if they're going to be branding the back with solid colors. But I will get back to you. So when I send that email out, I will make sure that it's clear if there's any limitations to how you can customize your stand. And then what you do receive is 2 chairs and a table, a 15 amp plug point, and then lighting. So if you need anything extra, I do send out an order form, that a customization order form that gives you the pricing for the logo on the fascia board. If you want to add an additional chair, if you want a lockable cupboard to store some things in and lock it up at night, I share that with you. Then you can see the costing and make a decision of what you want to add. But we need those orders in before the end of next week, because there's a whole process that takes place for those orders. Okay. And then, yeah, so I know these are solid panels here, but these will not be solid panels. So just so that you have a clear indication, it will look open like it does on the side. All right, I did go through what it comes with, that your company will be in capital letters, and this is the dimensions of the company names that are on the fascia board. So some marketing materials, I just wanted to share that with you so that you had time to plan with it. Things that you can bring along, freestanding banners, your pull-up banners or your X-frames. Vinyl prints are allowed depending on your host branding. So that's the back panel that I said I will confirm. Brochures, flyers, business cards. Okay, any changes or customizations has to go through Expo guys, who's the stand builders. So that's on that order form that I mentioned. So you won't be engaging with them directly. I will do that on your behalf. One note, do not damage the shell schemes or carpets by drilling holes, using tic tacs, pins, nails, screws to put up branding materials. If you do need to put something up on a wall, please contact Expo guys so they can quote you on the correct walling replacement options. So you got to remember that this is reusable vinyl that they use for the Expo stand. So it's not strong, it's not hardy. So if there's something that you want to put against the wall, let's have the conversation before the event. Let's see if it's something that we would need a special panel divider or strengthening pole. I'm not sure what you call it. To make it work, because we do want to make sure that we assist you as far as possible to make it work. But let me know what you want to do. They do offer TV brackets or TV stands if you want to bring a TV through. If you just want to bring a monitor and you want to place it on the table, you're welcome to do that. Just bring a multi-plug with. Because you get one plug point. So if you're going to bring like a laptop and a monitor with, then you'll need a multi-plug, obviously, to accommodate for the multiple plug connections. And you can bring, if you have a display unit that's not too large, that will fit within the square meterage, you can bring that through. There's various things that you can do. So if there's any specific that you want to do, let me know. I'm happy to say, yes, that's doable, or, let me run it past Expo guys and give you feedback. Where's my mouse? Okay. Yeah. So just the last reminder, please, please, please focus on getting those online agreements through to submitted by the end of tomorrow, just so that I can register your company. And then I want to just talk to you a little bit about your stand representatives. So once you have submitted your online agreement, I can then go and register your business on the event website. And once I register your business, which will then be, emailed to the main contact information that's on the online agreement, that just means your business is registered. You then need to go and register your 2 stand representatives. So in the email, let me quickly see if I can give you an example of what it looks like. I can quickly open it up for you. But you then need to go and click on the link, and you need to go and register your stand representatives. I just want to give an example of what it looks like, because it can be quite confusing if you're not sure. I just want to pull up an email of what I've sent that has the screenshots of what it looks like. So I'm going to quickly change the screen that I am sharing. Let me stop sharing that and share the screen that I have here. the screen. Okay. Sorry, can someone just confirm that you can see the new screen?
Yes.
Thank you.
You
Okay. Thank you so much. So in the email that you receive, there will be an option that will say, step 2, please click here to register your 2 representatives that will attend the event. Okay, so that it's a link. It will take you to a website and it will just give you these options. It says SMME Rep 1. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. That's a bit better. SMME Rep 1, and basically all you do is fill in the information that it asks of you. It asks for first name, last name, etc. And if you, as a company owner that is our main contact, is coming, then these details of yours will most likely reflect because I register you as on the system. But your second rep might not be registered, so you may need to manually type in all the information. It's just a question that I have had in the past. And ultimately, once all that information is complete, you click on submit, and both of you will receive a confirmation email to say you are registered as an exhibitor. This is some helpful information for you. And each of you need a unique email address. You can't use the same email address. It won't accept it. Okay, so that's just something I wanted to show you just to make the process for you a little bit easier and a little bit less unfamiliar. But please feel free, if you at any point you have any questions, let me know. I'm really, really happy to help you. Okay, sorry, I got distracted by the chat. So that's my presentation. Like I mentioned, I'll be sharing this presentation with you and the recording so that you have all the resources. All the links that I mentioned, it will be in the email as well. The visitor link registration will be there so that you can share that in the meantime. And yeah, just keep an eye open for that registration links. So Dane, you mentioned here, you said, please share the link for the quorum to FYI at the quorum.co. Which link are you referring to now? Can you maybe unmute yourself and just...
Sorry, the first link. So it's just the meeting invite came to a different address, and it's easier for us to deal with it if you send it to the FYI at the quorum. So that link to do the registration and what you need done by tomorrow.
100%. I will add it as an additional email as a contact on my side. See, I sent it to John. So I've added it. I'll make sure that it goes there. Okay, so I know I've kept you quite busy and you've heard my voice for quite a while. So let me open the platform. Does anybody have a question? I know it's a lot of information, so I can understand that sometimes there might be a question later on, which I'm really happy for you to reach out to me to answer. But if you have any questions, please feel free to unmute yourself and ask your question. Or you can also put it in the chat if you feel more comfortable with that. I always wonder sometimes if no questions means that I gave enough information or too much information.
I would say no questions means it was clear and concise. Thank you.
Thank you. You're very welcome. Okay, well, that's the case. I'm happy. Lukanya, anything from your side?
No, nothing from my side, except to just wish everyone all the best throughout the process. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I'll just touch base with you, Lukanya, about the branding of your stand. But
Okay.
I'll touch base with you after this. No problem. All right. Any last minute questions? Anything that anybody wants to raise?
I've just got one question. What's the financial implications here?
So, Nick, you are actually being sponsored by BP to participate in this event. So they are sponsoring your exhibition stand, 2 stand representative passes. So what will be extras if you want to customize anything on your stand, if you want to add anybody extra as a stand representative to attend both days, that will be what you need to pay for. If you want that.
Okay.
It's not, compulsory. That's just additional options if you want it.
Okay, it's just It didn't seem to make it clear on the email.
Okay, so sorry about that. No, they are sponsoring your
problem.
stand and your access.
Okay, super. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah.
You're very, very welcome. I hope this has given you guys a little bit of excitement of what's to come. And please, I will share my WhatsApp number is in my email that I shared to invite to the session. You're really welcome to pop me a WhatsApp at any time if you have any questions between now and the event. I will be creating a WhatsApp group once everybody has submitted their online profiles, just as a central point of communication. We do not overwhelm you with a lot of messages on a regular basis, so just as a point of reference. But yeah, we do try to make sure that you're fully informed and you can be prepared for everything. All right, but if there's nothing else, yeah, I'm happy to end the session. I just want to say thank you so much to everybody for being here and taking time out of your day to be here. I will process the recording and share it with you, hopefully by the end of today, otherwise tomorrow morning. But I hope you all have an amazing day. Thank you, Lucanio, for being here and for this opportunity. And I hope you all have a great day and a great week.